Hey guys, what's going on? If you have been following along, you know that I just finished up a training block and normally would be starting a new training block right now, but I'm actually in a little bit of a transition period, changing some things up, and I actually won't be back on any sort of structured plan until the second week of May. So there's about 3 weeks in between the last block and when I'm going to start back up, where I'm just kind of doing what feels good and having fun in the gym, and it's been really nice. It's been years since I didn't have some sort of structure or plan or some direction, and it's been kind of nice just to do what feels good and do what I want to do. I've been doing a lot of like hypertrophy, conditioning type training, just trying to get my body to feel good and ready to start in a couple weeks on a new plan. So I did also think during that time it would be really cool to try out some new things. We have a lot of great coaches at Dungeon that teach stuff that I've never done before, and I've never really had a chance to learn from them because I've been so focused on my own prep and what I'm doing, and I am very good as an athlete about not going off program when I have one, and seeing that I don't have one right now, I'm going to be smart about it. But I think the next couple weeks it's just going to be fun to try out some new things, some different training styles, to learn from some people that I work with on a daily basis and have never gotten to be a student with. So I'm going to kick it off with Billy. He is a bodybuilding coach and does posing classes here at Dungeon. So we're going to do some posing today, which I have never done before. I know very little about it, and I'm excited to just try something new. And I'm expecting it to be a lot harder than I think it's going to be. So let's head out and I'll introduce you guys to Billy.
All right, so like I said, this is Billy. He's one of our coaches here at Dungeon. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your background.
Yeah, so like she said, my name is Billy. I am one of the coaches here. I've been competitively bodybuilding for over 4 years, and I've also been in the place where I've had to recomp myself to be prepared for that, because it's a different type of training. And I have over 10 years of experience with lifting in general.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I know your first question that you asked me was what kind of posing I wanted to do, and I didn't even know that there were different types. So let's talk a little bit about that, and we can kind of decide what we want to do today. But I'm sure a lot of people watching also don't know. So what's the differences in posing between the categories?
Yeah, so the first two categories are bikini and then wellness. It's very much your front and back. It's if you're familiar with the men's men's physique, they just do the front and the back. It's all about the transitioning and stuff like that. The class, the physique and open, you get more the side tricep, the side chest, and all the other ones. You kind of get more creative with it.
Okay, cool. I want to do that.
Okay, so with your physique, because you definitely don't we can go over the whole with the heels, but for the most part, with how you're built, you'd be great in the physique, in my opinion.
Cool. Yeah, we'll do probably physique. Mostly.
Yeah, we'll start with the groundwork, where we go over the mandatories of all of them, because it's a great ground foundation to kind of learn.
Cool.
Because if you have this awesome physique and you can't present yourself very well, it actually counts against you.
All right. Cool.
Presentation.
All right. So we're going to go through some posing. I'm just going to set the camera up kind of stationary somewhere so you guys can see what we're doing. But yeah. Cool. I don't know what I'm doing. This gives me an excuse to wear my smallest shorts.
Right? It's getting nicer outside, so.
I know. Sun's out.
Right, exactly.
Okay, so what are we starting with?
All right, so the first one that I want to start off with is the back lat spread. Have you ever done any posing whatsoever?
I have tried to flex for photos. That's about it.
Okay. So have you ever tried to flex your lats as much as you can? So let's see how. Actually, pretty good. So the idea is when you're flexing, you want to keep your pull your shoulders back and down. Okay. And kind of try to curve your back a little bit. That's really bring up your lats.
This way?
Not so much curve that way, but it's naturally just curve it. You just want it to be very big.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where do the thumbs go?
So just for right now, we're just going to go just like that. Okay. Because this is the front relaxed pose that you're going to be doing when you're just standing there until they start calling out the different poses that we're doing.
Gotcha.
This is the first part. All right. Yeah. Really drive those shoulder blades into your back as much as possible to really make them pop.
So shoulders back and down?
Yeah. So you just kind of pull them back and then down. Okay. Yeah. Because when you go like that, you're going to make your lats look very small, but when you pull them back, they fly out more. See?
There.
See that difference? Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah. Pose is a workout.
I'm already tired.
That's why, like, when I was learning, they always told me not to do it after a leg day because you're going to be completely wiped.
That makes sense.
That. So,
makes sense.
yeah, so let's try that again.
And what's arm angle? Is that kind of...
Just letting him hang there.
Okay.
Because the idea is just make sure that you get your lats to pop out as much as possible right now. There we go. Yeah, just like that. All right, perfect. So now we're going to do that same thing, but we're going to do the front double bicep.
Okay.
And the only categories in bodybuilding that actually do this are the physique and bodybuilding.
Okay.
The other two don't really worry about the front double bicep.
Okay. So
like, we're not even going to do that same thing. I'll do it with it. Back and down. And just going to pull your arms and then just flex your
that's hard to
do. While pushing down on it.
Can't do both.
So relax. We're going to do the front double bicep. Just go like that. There we go. And then with your hand, just turn it, twist it in a little bit more. So arm like this.
Mobility.
So like with your wrist, just going to turn it in a little bit more because you get more of that definition in your bicep right there. Yeah.
Can you tell which bicep is injured?
Just a little bit. But everyone kind of got those injuries, especially with athletes that how long you've been doing it. Now, as you're doing that, push down on your lats and try to flare them out. There we go. Yeah, and then just bring your
oh shit, that's so tiring.
It is.
Okay.
So try it one time. And then just bring your hands in a little bit more. There we go. Because you get more of that definition right there. Yeah, right there. Yeah, just like that. And then with your midsection, just gonna let all the air out. Because you're not gonna try like flex them going down, just like really flex them to really like showcase the whole thing. Great. Very good. All right, relax. Take a little break.
It's hard to do both because like the lats, I'm thinking about like doing like a lat pull down, so it's like elbows down, but then having to also bring my arms up. It feels really like...
So you're trying to do like a curl, but then you're also doing a lat pull down, like you're saying, is to try and do both of them at the same time. Because now what we're going to do, because you're showing off your whole physique, so we're also going to be working on your legs. Your legs need to be like in a good foundation. So when you're doing it, you're just going to be like standing. Yeah. You're going to kind of like push your balls of your feet out a little bit. You're going to curl just like that. You're going to kind of like bend your knees a little bit. And then kind of like sit and stick your butt out a little bit in the back. And it's really to try to flex your legs as much as possible, like you really like squeeze them. And if you need to, lift your toes off the ground, and that can sometimes help you really flex.
Oh yeah, I feel like I don't see the difference because they're covered a little bit, but
but you can see it though. Because the idea is like when you're flexing, you're never just flat-footed. Because when you're flat-footed, you can lose all that definition that can come out. Okay. All right. And while you're doing that, you're just gonna stick your lats out like that. There we go. Try pulling shoulders back. There we go. Better. And then try doing the bicep curls. There we go. And then turn your wrist in just a little bit. There we go. There we go. Pull there. And then let all that air out. And the key when you're doing this, you want to breathe, but not be noticeable. So you'd be like small breaths when you're posing. Yeah, just like that. There we go.
Okay.
All right. So that's pretty much like the front one. And then the front lat spread that we're going to do. So we're going to do the same thing. You're going to start from this position right like this. And then with your hands, this is what I'm struggling with. You're just going to pull it above your hips right here. And just kind of like bring them forward because you're focused on bringing your lats out. There we go. But not going too far in because you don't want to like hide your abs or anything. Just straight like that. And then all the air out of your stomach. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. And squeeze the heck out of your legs too. There we go, good. And then let all the air out. And try flexing your abs without like crunching forward. There we go. Yeah, just like that.
So when I breathe all the way out, because I don't know if I'm doing something wrong, because I feel like you want to get that like taper and like small waist look. Yeah. I feel like when I breathe all the way out, my obliques almost flex a little bit because I watched it. Like when I breathe out and I watch myself. Right. Like I feel like they like.
Yeah, they go out a little bit.
They expand a little bit.
Yeah, because like when you're breathing out, you want to breathe out, but sometimes when you breathe out, you kind of like forward because you're trying to flex your abs. Yeah. Which is a thing that everyone has kind of deal with. Because like with myself, I do not have small waists. No matter what people tell me, I'm not exactly that way. Yeah. But you kind of like
built like a brick.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's like, oh God. Yeah. So we kind of just want to like let everything out, and that's when like when you're in like a lower body percentage, it will naturally show your abs off more. Yeah. So that's why when you want to get into like that 5 to 6% body fat, because there's no fat to hide your abs. Yeah. So when you're flexing, you don't have to worry about like hunching over, because when you hunch over, that's when it makes it look wider. You just want to
that's what I said. Like obviously my abs, I'm not 6% body fat right now.
Yes,
so like I'm
yes.
trying to like force abs. And then
Yeah. Just don't like right now. Don't force them. Just like practice like letting them out because they're there no matter what.
Yeah.
They're made in the kitchen. So
yeah. All right, cool.
So we'll start with there. It's lats like hanging down. So this is like the front relaxed. And we'll go into the front double bicep. There you go. There we go. Got something up. Into here. And then they'll say front lat spread. So you're just gonna go. Just like that. And while you're doing it, you're trying to flex everything in your body because you're showing off your entire physique. There's nothing hiding. Just like that. There you go. Relax. Cool. All right. So now we're going
to think about.
Lots of things to think about. So now we're going to do what's called the side bicep, or the side chest.
Okay.
So have you ever tried that or not?
Nope.
That's the one where they go like this. Yeah. So with your feet. So we think you're gonna be like, you're gonna be close together.
Okay.
Because the idea is like you're gonna be like pushing them against each other to really like highlight your hamstrings.
Okay.
So what you're gonna do with your foot facing the mirrors, you're just gonna tilt it forward a little bit, and it's gonna be like right above this part of your heel.
Okay.
And you're gonna almost like sit into it. And with this leg, you're gonna push it against the other leg.
Oh, it's, okay.
Yeah, just like that, because it's gonna pop out your hamstring more. Because if you just go like that, it looks pretty small. But when you press it and then you try flex it, it brings up more. Yeah. That's right. Show her off.
Okay.
And then with your hand, you're just gonna go forward and you're gonna like grab it like this. Some people will grab it around their wrist and you're just gonna pull it back. There we go. Yeah, your shoulders are perfect because you want to like make sure they're like level to where you can see them. And just gonna twist a little bit more because we still want to show off this shoulder too.
There. Oh.
Yeah, just like
Mobility.
that. Yeah. And then the same thing with this one, you want to like take all the air out of your stomach to showcase that smaller waist. And by twisting it, you're going to make your waist look smaller. Because like if you were to try to just do it like this, if thicker waist people are going to have a disadvantage. But when you twist it a little bit and let the air out, it gives the illusion.
Oh yeah, see that?
Yeah,
that placement's hard. Okay.
Yeah. And with this foot right here, put it above the little like bone right there. Yeah, right there.
Oh,
and then push it against it. That will give you more, pop it up more. And you're flexing like all your legs and even your butt. You gotta flex it.
Okay.
Because like the ladies are gonna be in a bikini, so you really like highlight the glutes, especially for them.
Yeah.
So you want to like really make them pop.
So do you? Okay, there we go.
Yeah, there we go.
It's
yeah,
almost
just
like a push in, twist.
Twist.
A little?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, like I said, bikini and wellness don't do this pose. This is just for the physique and bodybuilding categories that do this. And relax. All right, so now we're gonna do the back version. Now, the best thing about the back poses, you don't have to worry about like your breathing or anything we do with your midsection because no one can see it.
Let the gut out. Nice.
Yeah, you let the gut out. And when you look at like the big bodybuilders, like they do that when they're like on the stage shot.
I've seen this.
You see like the belly and everything. So like, with this one, we're gonna do the same thing. Just that back relaxed. You're going to pull your shoulders back a little bit more. There you go. Because like with this one, you're going to show off your entire back, everything you've worked so hard for. And then with your with women, they don't really do this, but like for the men's bodybuilding, they will take the foot out a little bit.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah, you want to try that? Yeah, I figured you did. Because you're showing off your calf muscle as well. And actually, open women's do this as well.
Do they?
Yeah.
So I also just know my hamstrings are one of my weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you flex your hamstrings from here?
Yeah, so from here, you just like try and squeeze your legs together. And that will kind of activate your glutes and your hamstrings kind of go along with that. Just try to squeeze them
okay.
Because you're not going to be standing like straight up and down.
Yep.
You're going to bend your knees, especially this back one.
Yep.
Slight bend. Yeah, just like that. And just kind of sit into it, like squeeze your legs out. And then with your feet, like we did with the front one, you don't have to like being flat-footed. Kind of want to like lift your feet, toes up a little bit, and that will help like really activate them.
Ooh, balance.
Yeah. So let's go like that, and then we'll do a back double bicep. So that's where you're gonna go, like before. And then just kind of twist them in a little bit more. There we go. And then bring them more towards your head. There we go. because that's going to help show for your tricep and all of your back muscle right there, just like that. Here we go. Relax. Now, my personal favorite is a back lat spread.
I like that one.
Yeah,
it's fun to watch.
It's fun to watch, and for people that don't know it, that's usually when people talk about that Christmas tree look. That's when it usually pops out.
Yeah. All right. So is that the same?
Same foot positioning and everything. So just with everything, make sure your ground feet is where it needs to be first. That's the groundwork, your foundation. And it's going to with your hands, bring them forward. You're going to go all the way back like as if you're doing a rowing movement. Hook your thumbs around right above your waist, and then flare out. Yeah, there we go. And then with the judging, they're not going to be like straight across. There's always going to be like a stage.
Yeah.
So you kind of want to lean back just a slight bit, just kind of so they can see it. Yeah, there we go. Lean back just a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. You can see all that definition right there. Yeah. And just hold that for a second. All right, and relax.
Whew. My lats are more tired than anything.
All right, so then the next one that we're going to go over is the side tricep.
Okay.
Have you ever tried that before?
I mean, just like for fun, but probably not actually like doing it right.
Yeah. So it's like it's very similar to the side chest press or side chest pose.
Yeah.
So you're going with your feet, same thing. You're going to go right above that little bone on your ankle, and then with your hand, you're just going to go. You're making like a hook motion with it.
Oh no!
You hook your hands together.
My shoulders would go that way.
And just go down. If you need to.
Is this the underhand or is this the overhand?
So some people go like that. I like going like this because it shows off a little bit, and you can really like press down on it because you're kind of making a hooking movement like that and pressing down. Yeah, and then while you're doing it, make sure you keep your shoulders back. So like that, and press it down because you'll want to show off all of this, but you can focus on your tricep.
So feet.
Yeah, so you're just gonna put that above that bone, and with your hand. Yeah. And then
it's hard.
Yeah, it's a little bit hard. So like your shoulders kind of like this. Make sure you really get that. There we go. Because you get that roundness with your shoulders that way.
It's hard to go, like, my arm doesn't want to straighten. Is that just a mobility problem?
A little bit, yeah. It's mobility. It's probably just like your shoulders probably really tight as well as how heavy you train and stuff. There we go. Go ahead.
So how do you like go into this pose gracefully?
So like from here, so like when you're doing it like any type of posing with your feet, it's doing like it's kind of like with dancing. Are you familiar like with any type of dance or anything like that? Minimal.
Very
okay.
Little.
So it's like a 3 count. So you do 1, 2, and then get into it. Because you don't want to do like big steps or anything like that because it takes away from like what you're trying to present.
Yeah.
But it's very like small steps.
Yeah. That makes sense.
It's idea is
like trying to grab my arms is like. Maybe it's just because I'm not flexible, but it's like funky trying to like get into.
Yeah, if you can't go like this, try just like with your hand, just pushing it down like that. There we go.
That doesn't look as good though.
Yeah, but just like bring that shoulder back a little bit more. There we go. That's better. It doesn't make your shoulder as round, but it's like if you can't do like the other way. Yeah, just like that. Yeah, there we go. It's better. And remember, you're flexing your glutes and your hamstrings at the same time. Doing the whole statue look. Whew.
That sounds hard.
Yeah.
That's the hardest one so far.
It takes a lot of practice. That's the biggest thing is practice.
I mean, it is a whole sport, right?
It's a whole sport, and like posing is like a big part that people underestimate.
Yeah.
And like the biggest thing that I can tell anyone is pose as if your life depends on it.
Yeah.
Because my first show, whenever I was competing, I beat a guy that was bigger than I was, more shredded, but I was better at posing. It's the only reason why I beat him.
Yeah. So I mean, I knew coming into this, I'm like, this is about to be way harder than I think it's going to be. Because like I watch people pose and like it's even just like flexing casually for a picture gets tiring in like 10 seconds.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Well, that's
I
why
was ready.
Yeah, that's also like why you see like a lot of like big like sports people, like football players, like basketball players. They do like a dance class as well because it helps with the gracefulness of it.
Yeah, like body awareness. Yeah, for sure. Can I kind of see what the transitions between poses look like?
Yeah.
I'm kind of watch you do that.
Yeah, so like the when they first evaluate anyone, especially like for men's, because that's what more I'm familiar with. Women's, I'm still like it's relatively new, but it's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
They're gonna do like the front relaxed poses. So the first one is that first one that we're going to do. And for me, because I'm going to do classic, I'm too tall for open bodybuilding. They're usually like, the bodybuilders are usually like much shorter. They're like 5'10" like the max for the most part.
Okay.
So like you can just go like that. And then when you transition, the side relax. You're going to go straight like this. And then with your hands, you're going to act as if you're holding a pole. And you go like that. And then you're going to straight forward. And there you go. Biggest thing is like when you're doing the transitions, small steps.
Gotcha.
And this will be like the starting position. And then when they ask for something, they'll ask like front double bicep. And that's where you.
Gotcha. Okay, so everything that we just went through won't necessarily be in that order.
Like 90% of the chance it is a yes, but there's always that possibility you may ask it for a different way.
All right. Neat. All right,
so we'll practice like the front, the relaxed ones now. So this relaxing, you can try like still flex all of this stuff, and you just take. And then you're gonna like, because you don't want to like walk around like this, like a robot. That looks weird. So when you transition, you just kind of like slowly get out of it. Situate yourself.
Is this the same?
Yeah, so it's not the same. So you're not going like this because you're not like so much focusing on this. This is more just like almost like a relaxed pose. So with your feet, you with the indent right here, you can put this heel right in that notch.
Okay.
And you're gonna stay on straight that way. And then you're just going to twist it a little bit more. Yeah, just like that. And with your hands, just like that. Because if you look at yourself, you can see like the full side of it that way. Just like that. And then you relax, and then take 2 steps. 1, 2. Back relaxed. Yeah. There we go. And then you decide, turn to the left, so you go 1, 2. Same thing on the other side. Because you like hold that pole, it's like just like that. And your right hand, bring it down a little bit more. And your right hand, you're going to bend it a little bit more. There we go. And you're going to send straight forward. And then it'll say turn to your left, and you go back to the starting position. And even though you're like relaxed, you're still like kind of flexing it.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Okay, I just walk around like this.
Yeah, like this is how I am. It's like I'm just being a robot. All right, and then from here, they'll do like front double bicep. And that's where you just kind of like turn your feet out a little bit, sit in, get your foundation going. Just like that, yeah. You just do that same thing we just did. Keep everything tight, bring it down. Yeah. And just remember when you're doing it, we shoulder backing down to one of those big chests. There we go. And just curl it just a little bit more, just like that. There we go.
More biceps that way.
Yeah. And then they go back double bicep. Just like that, yep. And then a back lat spread. Yeah, there we go. And that's when you can really show off like that small waist and everything too. Because you like bring out all that like extra fat you may or extra you may have.
Squish
it forward. There we go. And then they'll do a side tricep. 2 steps. Yeah, there we go. That's the best one you've done so far.
Okay. I think I was just trying to keep my hands too high.
Yeah, like you just go like really like pushing down to the ground, and you really get that definition and to turn forward. And you're just gonna turn that way a little bit.
Oh.
You still want to show off that and so your chest and stuff like that too. And then relax.
Whew. Hair is hard to deal with too.
Oh, I bet.
Figure out how to like.
Yeah, because that's why you see like the ladies are all like playing with their hair.
It's like back and forth a lot.
Well, they'll also use that as an advantage to kind of like distract people from when they're doing the transitions.
All right.
All right. So now we're gonna try is the quad ab shot.
Okay.
That's like the famous Jay Cutler ab shot.
Yep.
So have you ever tried doing that one before?
No.
Okay.
I know which one you're talking about, but
yeah, a lot of people like doing the quad stomp. So like a lot of people they'll like take their heel and they just stomp it on the ground and like flex their quads.
Which quad looks? There we go. That's
whichever one like you're more comfortable. You're just gonna like really push it down. This is like the most popular just because of Jay Cutler back in the 90s.
It's such an iconic pose.
Yeah, but what I find that works better is if with the balls of your foot, that's where you push down, you can get a little bit more of that definition right there. Like this, you get a little bit, but like with this, you can really like push down.
Yeah.
And then with your hands, just kind of, what I like to do is I'll lace, behind my head, they'll be laced together. So I'll go like that. And this one you want to push down. This is the ab shot, and then you stick everything nice and tight. Yeah. And some people stick their tongue out, so yeah. Really, like,
there's abs in there.
Yeah. Yeah, just like that.
All right.
But yeah, that's the majority of the main the physique and bodybuilding poses that I think you do awesome if you ever wanted to do that.
Cool.
Do you want to go over any the bikini and the stuff with the heels?
Sure.
Okay.
Why not? Let's do it.
Okay. And first off, we're going to just work on that walk.
Everyone gets to watch me fall in heels. I used to wear heels all the time.
Really?
And used to be pretty good at it. And then I didn't for a long time because I decided to love my feet.
Yeah.
And now, now I can't do it. It's so hard.
Well, probably because you probably like add a lot more muscle into your frame. It probably makes it harder, I think.
I'm a little heavier than when I used to wear heels.
All right, so just to kind of feel like how you're walking heels, just walk this way for me. It's actually pretty good. Yeah. So like with bikini and wellness, they exaggerate everything.
Yeah.
So whenever they're doing it, especially when they're like walking in the heels, it's kind of like doing like a cha-cha almost, because you're like showing off your heels.
Hips?
Yeah. So you kind of like have to do that when you're walking.
Okay.
It's the best way I know how to explain it. Because they get kind of add like that sassiness to it.
Yeah.
Just gonna go.
There's a little bit of cross.
A little bit of cross, and because you're showing like they're all like showing off the booty butt basically.
Yeah.
So that's why
you gotta make your hips look bigger by making your legs.
Yeah. And when you're walking forward and you're doing that, it shows them off a little bit towards the front.
All right.
So let's try that.
It feels so silly, but it shouldn't because it's.
Yeah.
Should I be like lats or anything, or just
you like relax so much, you can go like that, and then when you're doing it, you kind of like over exaggerating, like yeah. You don't want to be stiff. You want to be like that girly, like as if you're like showing everything off.
Really hard. Whew. All right.
And then we'll try
walking is hard.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, like as you're getting like used to it, just like walk normally, like slowly, like, try to add like that. There you go. Yeah, that's better. Because you're like, you want everything that can be like firm, but like still be able to be like nice and loose.
Yeah. Yeah. So what does that whole like flow look like?
Yeah. So like with the flow, when they first like bring out individually, they'll do the whole like, and then. And then with their hands, sometimes people go like this, but what we can also do is like hook it.
Gives a little assistance with the twist.
Twist. And you're always like flipping your wrist because you're doing bracelets on this thing.
Yeah.
You just go like that.
Yeah.
And then you go like that. You do the same thing. Okay. And then when you're done, you always like do like a little curtsy almost.
Are those all the poses?
For the most part,
really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a lot easier.
But then like a lot of times with the like especially with the bikini, they'll have you walk forward and walk back. And I'll show you.
So it's a lot of walking.
A lot of walking in heels.
All right, that part's not so easy.
Because it'd be like four ladies. They'll be like kind of like just relax, and then they'll say like walk to the back, and then they flip their hair, show off their back. So your back pose.
It's just different in a hard way then.
It's very different, and then they do. It's a lot of ladies when they're turning towards the front, they do like a little like shoulder twist, and then they're like
the hair
forward,
flip.
and then walk back.
It's very showy.
Yeah, very showy. That's why
in a way that's like really hard.
Yeah, it's very showy. That's why I think it's very much more like that pageant type of feel.
Yeah.
Because it's very girly, very showy. It's like showing everything off, and it has like all the bangles and everything like that.
Yeah. But it's cool. It's like totally understand why this has to be practiced so much.
Exactly. And that's why
to
it's
look effortless because it's not effortless.
Exactly. And you're showing off that gracefulness of it. So I'll do it with you.
Graceful.
Yeah. And then we'll stop there.
Oh.
And just prop that one foot up. Get on your heel. And then turn to the left. Small step. There we go. your bent leg, bring it, take one more step forward. There we go. And then yeah. And then with this hand, just do that hook. Because that will help like make your waist look smaller. And then some people, they'll grab it like this. And other people will go like this because they don't want to like hide their obliques and everything.
Oh, yeah.
And then you still want to like bring it, twist it to where you can show it off. And then turn to the back, you're gonna flip the hair. And like with this one, you're really like emphasizing your glutes and your hamstring. So you'll stick your butt out more.
I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, just like that. And like squeeze the crap out of them. It's not so much the back, it's all about the legs. And then the showy, the hair, make it all party. And then no, I say like walk to the back and then walk forward.
What's that transition?
That transition is like where you can do like a little like, where they go like the whole like girly little bit. And you can like, again, turn the wrist or turn the shoulder, turn it, and then do a hand thing. Because when you're doing it, you don't want to just do that. You make a performance out of it. So you just go like.
Why is that so hard to do?
Well, again, mobility. It's like.
Mobility?
Yeah. Yeah, basically, like ballerina. And like a lot of times they'll do like the whole girly, the hair thing and they make it all like a big production of it. And then we'll walk forward one more time. Okay. And then we'll do that front relax. And then they'll say like, thank you ladies, exit to the left, and that's when you do the whole like, bow thing with your hand too. Yeah. You're like curtsying basically, and then you get off.
Whew. I'm so tired. Okay. So
Any
if you go
questions?
over, so I just want to go over the,
yeah, so.
I feel like you're always behind me, so I can switch spots so I can kind of see how that transition goes from here.
So like right here. And then you can turn to the left and it's basically a count 3 step.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Stick that leg out. There we go. Yeah. Because like this leg, this arm, you just kind of like very like loose when you're hanging it. Yeah. And just always focusing on bringing those lats out. And then when you turn to the back, 1, 2. Yeah. Go. And then turn to the side. 1, 2. Because like you're still like the main thing you're focusing is like showing off that leg.
Yeah.
So like
so a little bit more.
Yeah, so you're gonna just like that, and then twist right there. Because you want to show this part off right here. So basically, like, show off those tats that you work so hard for. There we go. And like squeeze your butt nice and tight. There we go. And then turn to the left. Yep. And then after that, you use like the walking and stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I'm gonna try to put that all together. Okay.
And as you're walking, so remember to kind of like show off those hips. And as you're walking, you don't want to be like all stiff. Yeah. It's like walk normal and it's like you show the kind of.
My lats are just naturally stiff.
Yeah.
Relax.
Just be all girly and show off the hips and like just be very elaborate and like over the top. Yeah. Loosen those lats up a little bit more. And when you're doing it, just overdo it when you go into each pose. All right, turn to the left. All right, turn to the left.
Nice.
There we go, good. Turn to the left. There we go, good. And then face the front. Yeah. And then walk to the back pose and then walk forward.
I don't know how to turn around.
There we go. Good. There we go. Good. And when you're doing it, just remember, when you're doing it, just like really like elaborate with it. Be like, presentation.
Of course, I was thinking about so many other things.
Right. Yeah, but the more like, because you have like the fake bracelets and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The more you make presentation of it, the more graceful you're gonna look. Because you'll see in the video, like sometimes it's a little bit stiff. Yeah.
All right, so that's a wrap on posing with Billy. I'm very tired. I don't even know how long it was, but I was tired.
We did it for about an hour. So
about an hour.
You lasted a long time.
So that was a workout for an hour, but it was fun.
Yeah.
But it does. I mean, obviously, I knew bodybuilding was hard. Like being at the top of any sport is hard.
Yes.
But it gives me a new appreciation for like the amount of work that goes into like not just the training, the lifting, and sculpting your body, but the actual like how to present it is a lot harder. Yeah, and like also thinking about doing all of this and thinking about all of this at a time that you're depleted and have been dieting for weeks and like probably not mentally there all the way.
Yeah, like remembering all of it and just remembering that you only have like a minute and a half on stage to just show everything off.
That's crazy. Yeah. Very cool.
But yeah, it was fun.
Cool sport. That was fun. All right, thanks.
You're welcome.
Appreciate you.
Anytime.